Welcome. You're listening to The Radke Show with David and Melissa Radke.
Welcome back to the next episode
To this gloriousness.
of The Radke Show.
To this absolute gloriousness. We know we keep y'all on the edge of your seat.
You know, I'm excited about this episode. This may be the best episode that we've ever created. There's a high likelihood it's not, but there is a...
There's always a chance. Speaking of this gloriousness, David and I went to lunch with our best friends, and they also happened to be named Janet and Jeremy. But anyway, we went to lunch with them, and I took them to this little place here in town that very few people know about. In fact, they followed us in our car. They were in their car, and I said, just follow us. And they're like, where are you taking us? You know, this is going to be weird because they think they know everywhere in Lufkin. And we pull into this
But Lufkin is a plenty.
Mexican bakery, this little tin building. And they're like, what are we doing here? When you walk into the Mexican bakery and you look past the cakes, there's another room and it's just got four tables. And we walked in there and it's full of the Mexican people, which tells you if they're eating there, it's good. Because there's one thing that Americans know. It's
American
chicken fried steak.
Oh, okay.
And if there's one thing Mexicans know, it's good Mexican food. And I trust them. And so it's full of people. And we go get a four top and we're sitting down and we order one of the things that I have eaten there several times that's so good. It's those quesadilla tacos. It's the kind that are like they fold them up and then they kind of cook them again and then you dip them in like some kind of stew or something. Oh my Lord, it's so good. Well, we're eating our lunch and then all of a sudden I noticed that Jeremy starts wait. Do it. Y'all watch David, but this is how lunch was going. Yeah, so anyway, we were literally just kind of sitting there talking it. Jeremy, what's wrong?
I'll be right back.
Wait, where are you going?
I'll
Okay, he starts sweating. He turns ghostly white, and he says, "Where's the bathroom?" He goes, "Where's the bathroom?" And Janet goes, "Jeremy, it's right around the corner, right there. I just went." And he's, I gotta go. So he gets up and he goes to the bathroom. But y'all, the minute that he sees the bathroom door, he turns around and comes back to our table. He goes,
actually, that's not true. So he is, this isn't a great big place.
No, it's small.
He's halfway across the place and very loudly we hear back at the table, "Oh, I can't go in there."
He goes, it opens into the bakery. And it's just like one of those half baths that people have in their home. And I will never understand this. And if you have it, I don't get you. If you have one of those half baths that open directly into your living room, when you're all sitting on the couch and they go, "Excuse me, do you have a bathroom?" Yeah, it's literally right there.
I think the only reason why someone should have one of those half baths in their home that faces a living area is if like you are really entertaining and funny people and you have a button somewhere that makes the door swing open when they're in there. If it's not for a joke,
then why do you have it?
Get it out.
But it's one of those bathrooms
that would be great though.
That would be great.
Yes.
Describe it, David. You wanted to set it up, baby. Set it up.
I did. I just did.
Okay, I thought you were going to do it again.
Oh, did I not set it up good the first?
You did. Okay. Anyway, I was just letting you have the glory. But yeah, it opened right into a bakery. So he's like, it's just a door, and then I go in there and I blow the place up, and then what? I open it up, and these sweet Mexican ladies are selling their goods and their wares and their baked goods out here. He said, I can't do that to them. And Janet's like, well, what are you going to do?
Well, I'm going to have to walk out and buy everything.
Well, Janet, I hope you've got arms big enough to carry 12 cakes because we're going to have to buy it all. But y'all, what in the world? What is that? What are those bathrooms for? You know what I mean? Well, he came back to the table. He's like, I'm not going to use it in there. But then we were trying to have a serious conversation, and he's like this. I said, Jeremy, we can't even enjoy our lunch like this. So he said, fine. So he went and he did it. But I don't know. There's no telling how many times he flushed. If they had potpourri in there. Poopery is a good idea because poopery you pour in, you squirt it in the toilet before you use the toilet, you know?
And that's supposed to like seal it or something?
I don't know.
I'm being serious.
Is this how you used to make fun of me when I put the bread in the microwave? Remember I would put the bread and the Tostito chips and all that in the microwave?
As if it was a large Tupperware container.
Anyway, that just cracked us up. Okay. David, why don't you tell the people here what your newest obsession is?
Well, I wouldn't say obsession. I have watched a new Netflix series that Melissa watched.
You have got to stop clapping your hands.
Are you the audio person here?
David.
Do you know how much is?
No, you've told me for years not to tap the desk and all the things. Stop clapping your hands.
So Melissa and I watch, I would say 90% of the stuff together, 85% of the stuff together. Occasionally, if I'm watching something sports related that she didn't want to watch, she'll watch some murder, some kind of true doc.
Keep in mind, he's saying we watch 85% of stuff together, knowing full well he would have us watch 100% of everything together. He will sit down to watch a NASCAR race. Be like, where are you going? Do you want to stay in here? I don't have a desire in my body to sit and watch that. He would watch everything with me if it was what he wanted to watch. If it was what you wanted to watch. Okay, go ahead.
So anyway, there was a new series. It's been out for a little bit, so you may have heard it. It's called The Waterfront. And it was getting all these big reviews and, doing really well. And so we watched the first 2 episodes.
You came to me though, but you came to me and you said, listen, I've got a new show for us to watch. I think you're going to like it. People say it's a crop. Like tell him, Matt, that you tried to even set it up for me because see, he knows right away he wants to watch it and he needs me on board. He needs me on board. Okay. So here's what he says.
So anyway, they said it's a cross between, Outer Banks, Ozark, and Succession. Okay. The Succession's a little bit of a stretch, but it does I can see the Ozark and the Outer Banks. I'm not putting it that level. I'm not saying
you cannot see 1 minute of Ozark. The Ozark is one of the greatest television shows. You cannot see 1 minute of that in Waterfront. Waterfront is like if Outer Banks met All My Children.
Maybe not, but no, it's a little better than that. It's not Ozark level, but there is the family dynamic and the smuggling and who some people do know stuff's going on, other people don't, that whole thing. So anyway, I forget, it's only like 8 episodes, maybe something like that. But anyway, she watched the first 2 and then she was out. It's not the greatest thing on television, but it was good enough. And I was also like, I've already started it now. I have to finish it. And so I finished it. She didn't. And I normally...
You finished the season?
Yeah. It's only 8 episodes.
Okay. Here's the thing, though. He would come to me between every episode and be like, hey, I don't know if you want to give this another chance. You might want to give this another shot. Because the bartender that was the new guy in town, he is actually XYZ. I'm not going to ruin it. He was actually XYZ. And I would be like, was he? I never saw that twist coming, David. And then be like, hey, that guy you like from Lioness, he's actually now in the show. So maybe you want to watch this. He was constantly trying to buy me into the show. And that really is the topic of what we're talking about. It's not so much about the Waterfront. although it did look cheese-tastic.
And do you know, I just stumbled across this looking at news yesterday or today. The creator of it, I think that's the right word, creator, director, whatever, is the same person that did Dawson's Creek and Scream. Whoever that did it.
Yeah, I've never watched one episode of Dawson's Creek, but it definitely has that trendy, slick vibe of Scream.
But this is a partially true story, because in the 80s, his grandfather was like a known smuggler.
Really?
So there's a little bit of I'm not saying that's their
Is
specific
this
story,
you
but
again trying to get me interested in the show?
I'm done with it and moving on. So,
Um,
but if you're looking for something,
but another show that David could not get me interested in, and man, did he want me to watch The Diplomat with Carrie Russell.
Now that's just your own fault. That's a great show.
He tried to get me to watch that show. Y'all, I think this is about David being one of those guys. David does not like to be by himself, first of all. I don't know if his love language is time, but David Radke, no like be alone. No like be alone.
And unless I'm watching sports, I don't mind you on the couch.
Oh, thank you, David. Yeah. Well, thank you, honey.
I don't like to be disturbed when I'm watching sports.
But I didn't know if your spouse was that way. Like David wants us to be together all the time. The other one that you watched on Netflix, man, you've been racking them up on Netflix. Lincoln Lawyer and
that's
The
Residence. Great one.
No. The black lady.
Yeah, The Residence.
The Residence?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. He watched those by himself. I've been sticking to my guns.
And it's funny, nine times out of 10, when you pick us something to watch, it's a bomb.
Not true at all.
It's not
absolutely not true at all. There are actually things that I have watched and I'm willing to watch again if you would watch them with me, but you won't. No, you've already watched that. I'm not gonna do it. One of the shows that I watch on, I have watched it actually for years. I've taken a show that is like 6 seasons long and I've watched it for like 9 years because it's one of those I just keep coming back to, and it's Animal Kingdom. And I like that show. And I'm like, David, just watch it with me. No, I'm not going to. Everybody on there looks ridiculous. They all look like they're just meatheads, and I'm not going to watch it. Well, I'll be darned if one of the stars of Animal Kingdom, if said meathead is now the star of the Waterfront, they was like, he's a really good actor. You ought to watch this show with me. He's a really good actor.
Never said that. I'm interested to know your thoughts, though. Leave us a comment wherever you're watching this, wherever you're listening. Leave us a comment. Let us know. Do you watch shows together with your significant other? Do you watch them by yourself? Melissa used to do this. It's been a long time since this. There were certain shows that she would not watch unless she was together with all her girlfriends, and they were going to watch them together. So let us know, and we'll be right back after this. The Radke Show is being brought to you today by Melissa's new book, Chicken Fried Women: Friendship, Kinship, and the Women Who Made Us This Way. This book is a love letter to the Southern women who raised Melissa, scolded Melissa, and taught her how to make gossip sound like a prayer request. It's her most hilarious book yet, and it's available right now wherever books are sold. All right, back to the show.
Okay, we're back. And speaking of television shows, David just made a comment about if I'm not watching something with him, I am off watching some of my true crime docs. You called it murder doc.
Murder doc.
I am kind of into those. That is for sure. Just started one. I watch them a lot when I'm putting on my makeup on my Amazon Echo. I'll watch it sitting at my vanity doing my makeup. But there is one, y'all, that I recently started. David and I actually watched the first episode together. It's on HBO Max. We watched the first episode together, and David was like, I like this. Don't watch it without me. But then it was during College World Series time, and he was watching too much baseball. And I'm like, I'm going to finish watching it. Have y'all watched The Mortician? OMG. That was a wild one. I think it's only like 3, maybe 4 episodes. I think just 3 episodes, an hour each. It is like normal for a funeral home to cremate maybe I think that they, don't quote me on this, 114 bodies a year. Okay, that'd be about normal.
Especially if they're only doing their own.
I'm sorry, what?
if they're like, if it's a, you know, mortuary, funeral home, whatever, that is doing their own cremations,
No.
they may have. But if it's a operation that's more known to be a crematory, then they may do more than that. But yeah,
he was doing $32,000 a year because he was just packing them in. Y'all, he was just packing them in. And then what they would do is they would take these ashes and deliver them to families, and the families would find out, my uncle was burnt. He was cremated with 14 other bodies. Whose ashes do I have? And I'm going to tell you something. I don't know that I would care about that very much. Would you?
Yeah, I would. Well, if I had paid for the service of cremation and I wanted their ashes returned to me, I don't feel like I would ever want to put you on the mantle. That just isn't something that, I don't know. But if it's just like, you know what, we want him cremated, we don't necessarily need the ashes back, then I don't think I would. Okay, I wouldn't probably think of it.
That's actually something. Okay. That's not even, we're chasing a rabbit right now, but I'm glad we are. That is actually something I don't understand. Who does that? Who takes a family member to be cremated, but then says we don't need the ashes back? That is actually something that happens. Probably some of you that are listening are like, what? I've never heard of that. You cannot imagine it. Who does that?
Well,
what would be the reason?
I would think a fair amount of people would do that if maybe they're a little more transient. So it's not like this is where all my family's buried, or you know what I mean?
No, I don't. I do not know what you mean.
Well, that's because
do you mean homeless?
No.
Homeless? Like,
no, like
brother was always homeless, so he did. I'm sorry, I'm not understanding.
Like if they're a military family, so they moved their whole life. Like they didn't have like, this is, we always go home.
Guys, you take the body and put it in your attic or on your mantle or sit it in a chest of drawers. What are you not? You don't
see. I don't like, I'm being very serious. I don't believe, and obviously I'm not there. I don't believe I would want your ashes like to just be hanging around. I don't know what that's.
I get that. Okay, I do. I also think that there are some families who cremation is far more prevalent in their family. That's what they do.
Yeah. Would you feel like larger cities, just because of space, population, I feel like that would be a little more prevalent.
Okay, I'm embarrassed to say this. That's a great point. I'm embarrassed to say this. I always thought growing up that people who had their family members cremated, it was because they were involved with the mafia somehow. That only mafia members cremated their people because they didn't want them to find the bullet or the.
Funny story.
Oh gosh. What?
There was actually a character on the Waterfront.
Oh, David.
That was cremated for that very reason. David. You might want to go back and watch.
Okay, listen. I also don't mean to sound any alarm bells and to raise any alarm that I would not, like, this woman was so broken that she didn't know what ashes were in there. Ashes are, she was like, when I lift the top of this lid and the ashes kind of come up in the air, I don't know if it's who it is. But the ashes at that point are just symbolic. Like, I'm just such a believer in heaven. And I'm just such a believer that your soul lives on, that heaven is forever, and that's where we're going to live for eternity. I don't have a lot of attachment to the body. I just don't. Is that weird of me? How did we get here?
I don't think so.
How did we get here?
I don't think so. I don't. I've told you before, when I pass away,
when I die, hallelujah, by and by.
Whatever makes you feel good, the kids feel good, that's great. I don't care. I'm no longer here.
I'm going to take your ashes. I'm going to sprinkle them on the waterfront.
I've always worried about those people that go out like to the ocean or they go in the mountains
I
and
know
they're going to
exactly
spread.
what you're going to say,
they're
David.
gonna
I've seen
spread-
videos of
They're
it.
going to spread the ashes, and right as they go like this, a wind gusts,
And they're like,
and they're
I've seen videos of that happening, and it is hysterical.
I don't-
sad also.
too like those. What are they called? Kilns. What are those called? The actual things that they use for at a crematory.
That's a skirt that a Scottish man wears.
All right, it's called something I don't know, but
A kiln.
maybe I'm saying it.
A kiln.
I might be saying it.
Kilt. A kilt is a Scottish.
That's
A kilt is what they wear when a Boston police officer dies. A kiln. Maybe so. I don't know.
Anyway, I wouldn't think that it is like medically cleaned between everyone.
Well, it wasn't for this mortician.
So there would be little things.
Ew.
The one thing I would say too, like I know the lady you're talking about on that episode, she was holding a box this big. Your husband was a big old boy. You really think he's in that?
That's true.
Box?
That's true.
Come on now.
That should have been your first tip off. You weren't holding Daryl. All right. Look, I went ahead and finished watching The Mortician. I recommend it. But what I actually was going to tell you, David, there is a series on Netflix called Trainwreck, and it's mini documentaries. One of them is called Trainwreck, Mayor of Mayhem, and it's about a mayor that did crack cocaine or something like that. It's an hour long. There's one called Trainwreck, the Astroworld saga, and it's about the Travis Scott when all the people were stomped. Okay, there's one that just came out called Trainwreck, the Poop Cruise. The Poop Cruise. And it is about the cruise ship that, of course, went out of Galveston, like in 2017, where the David, I am getting chills.
I remember about that.
The electricity went off on the boat and all of the plumbing stopped. David, they would
poop
say,
deck.
ye old poop deck. David, first of all, they would stand in line for hours just to get up to the food. But because the refrigerators had shut off, there were no ovens, the staff was having to make whatever was perishable and available. This girl said, we would stand in line for hours. The line would wrap around the boat. And when you got up there, it would be soggy bread with nothing but 2 pieces of lettuce and a tomato on it. She said, so now we have to pee in the shower, poop in red bags, sleep in hallways because there's no air. So at least the hallways have some ventilation. There's nothing to eat. And where I paused it and came in here to record the podcast, they're at the part where there's nothing to eat. And now people are starting to get mad. And then I had to pause it. I mean, can you imagine? Because what I haven't gotten to is the bathrooms are now about to.
They overflow.
They
eventually.
overflow.
Yeah.
And even the hallways that they're sleeping in are now seeped with. David, can you imagine?
I literally can't. I don't. At what point do you just jump over? You should jump overboard, or not jump over, but like you take one of the.
Well, they had helicopters flying over the boat for national news, and the bodies on the boat were spelling out help. People were spelling out help. They needed help off of this boat. And I'm not there yet. I haven't finished it. It's only an hour long. You should check it out. But I'm telling you, also, David and I actually took a cruise last year. Not my favorite thing. I wasn't a huge fan, but I did enjoy being away with David. But it is a cruise that is given through one of my jobs that I do as affiliate marketing. It's a cruise that is given, and if you earn it, and I'm going to earn that cruise again this year. And I'm here to ask you, is it something that you want to do again?
I really like the people.
Yeah.
Like
we did go with excellent people.
The company that does this, the people, I really enjoy them. I wouldn't say I'm a cruise guy by any.
I'm not a cruise person.
But I also wouldn't say I hate cruises.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I can do 1, maybe 2 meals, over a 4 or 5 day cruise in the main dining. A lot of times that's not the best food,
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it's okay, but the specialty restaurants can kind of be can
Mhm.
kind of be good.
I
I don't
like feeling locked up on water. I don't like the feeling of that. Now, if we had a room with like a balcony or whatever, and you could go out there and stand and feel and read, that'd be nice. But I don't necessarily like the feeling of being locked up on water. That's not my favorite thing. So I wasn't a super big fan of it. But David, I think I'm going to earn it again. And so I wanted to ask you, do you want to take it? Or that is exactly Meredith and Jake's 10-year wedding anniversary. And she's like, if you do not want that cruise, sell it to me.
well, that's not the way that works. So
Why?
because it's not just like here's a random thing. It's part of a thing of getting those people together, having a couple of
You can
dinners
gift
together.
that cruise. If I have earned that cruise, I can gift that cruise. David, yes, you can.
You can't, baby.
David, you're
That-
making me mad right
That
now.
wouldn't even be right. That's not what the
You cannot, I couldn't ask them that.
No.
I 100% disagree with you.
No.
Okay, stop doing that. Stop shaking your head like you know for sure. I'm not asking you what the right thing to do is. I'm asking you.
because I'm going to do the other thing.
No, I'm just simply saying if you earn it, you have the ability to use it however you want to use it. 6 people last year, 6 people earned the cruise, and the cruise was bought for them, and they were complete and utter no-shows. That's the wrong thing to do.
Oh, that's absolutely the right.
That's the wrong thing to do. But to say, would you mind if I took my earnings and I gifted it towards someone in my family? I do not think they would have any problem with that.
No, that wouldn't be the right thing.
Okay. It makes me so mad when you just, it's like this. No.
You know, if you could, if you were here in the studios with us, you would be able to see our little rundown of the show. And this is where it says clean break 2. And this is where I say, we'll be right back. The Radke Show is being brought to you today by Melissa's new book, Chicken Fried Women: Friendship, Kinship, and the Women Who Made Us This Way. This book is a love letter to the Southern women who raised Melissa, scolded Melissa, and taught her how to make gossip sound like a prayer request. It's her most hilarious book yet, and it's available right now wherever books are sold. All right, back to the show.
David, you and I are going to do something today. I have seen it. A lot of people were doing it on TikTok recently, and I saw it, and I want to try it with you. It's called I Make the Face, You Make the Sound. And I think this is going to be a lot harder for me than you. I'm going to make a face. Oh, what about our poor people who aren't watching this? Well, you have to go to YouTube and watch it. I'm going to make a face.
Or anywhere that you watch this.
I'm going to make a face. I don't know what the face is going to be, and you're just going to watch me. Then I'm going to make the face again, and you're going to add a sound to it.
Okay, so I do get to see it the first time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then you're going to make a face. I'm going to watch it. Okay. You get to understand how it works. Okay. This is called I Make the Face, You Make the Sound. And I know me and my nature. This is going to be very hard for me. Okay. Here we go. Ready?
Doy.
Say doy.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Go ahead. What? Okay. Here we go. Here we go.
Mm. Sorry, give me another, give me another take.
Give you another chance.
Give me another take. I laugh.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay, go. That's easy. Okay, here we go.
Doy.
David, quit doing doing every time. Quit doing doing every time.
Okay.
Ready?
Okay, let me see it again.
David, you don't get this
Okay.
opportunity to
Okay.
see it.
Okay.
Do I have to do it again?
No, I'll go with it. Whee!
Okay, ready? Bud. Okay, last one. We have one each.
Okay.
One each to go. Let me think. Ready? I swear if you say doy, you were about to. I swear. Okay, here we go.
Hey!
I like how you did not give me one feminine voice the entire time. Okay, your last one. Hi there, hello. David, do it again, do it again. A dolly, doy, doy. You are all teeth, my friend. Oh.
Woo. Thank you so much for spending a little bit of time with us. Hey, if you are just listening on podcast, go find us, check us out anywhere you watch podcast. You can check out Melissa's webpage as well and find out everywhere you can watch it. Thank you so much for being with us. Hey, would you do us a favor and please like, share, subscribe wherever you're watching?
You see where in the middle it's supposed to say me? I tell them about that. To like, share, and subscribe. I'm the one that tells them that. Okay. And what we're doing is we're signing off every single day with some absurdity. We are signing off with something that is so completely asinine that it's going to keep you to the very last minute. So you don't want to miss it. But remember yesterday when I said the bees are coming? That's from New Girl. When Jess wanted to get out of a date. So she had Schmidt come and get her from the bar, and he didn't know what to say. So he just walked in and said, "Ma called and the bees are coming." So that's why I said that yesterday. So we're going to sign off with some kind of absurdity every day. So you want to stay till the very end. But what I would really love, honestly, more than anything, is if you would write us a quick review. All that you have to write are these two are idiots, and then give us a 5-star rating. Thank you so much ahead of time.
Hey, seriously, I have to go. My gyno's here.
Thanks for listening to this episode of The Radke Show. We're going to end now so that you can go and love on your people. Till next time.